What did you like better, Jedi or The Empire Strikes Back?
Empire.
Blasphemy.
Empire had the better ending. I mean, Luke gets his hand cut off, finds out Vader's his father, hand gets frozen, taken away by Boba Fett. It ends on such a down note. I mean, that's what life is, a series of down endings. All Jedi had was a bunch of Muppets.
Welcome to Speak Geek, your weekly video game podcast. I'm Pedro.
I'm George.
I'm Travis. And that's Burnley.
Always has to make such a
What an
big
entrance. What an entrance, right?
Yeah.
So now it's the four of us back. Just the four of us. No guests this
So
week.
intimate today.
I know. I feel so close to you guys. You know, getting closer with you. Yeah. All right. Well, so you guys want to talk about our personal lives at all, or do you just want to get going with the news?
I don't give a fuck about you guys. What you got?
So kind to us. So kind to us. Nothing too crazy this week. Pretty slow week. Sony has created Studio Superbot Entertainment. They left them. They just. So this is a.
Evil laugh.
I know, right?
You love it when places crash and burn, don't you?
He's just an optimistic kind of guy. No, so it's really weird because I thought Sony owned them, but they didn't. So I guess. So the Studio Superbot Entertainment, they created PlayStation All Stars, and the game did moderately well. It didn't break 1 million, and I think it sold under 500,000 worldwide. So it didn't do very good for Sony. But the weird thing was they created this studio. Like Sony created this studio to make the game, but they didn't own the studio, so they let them go, and now they're independent studio. It's really weird how it works.
What the heck is going on here?
Did they really like build that studio? Because I think it's kind of the same thing like the people who make Starhawk, like where it was just kind of like, oh well, it's a studio formed around this original game, and then like
it was like Lightbox. Lightbox is the ones who did Starhawk, where they're I think that's called a second party studio, where they're independent but they work exclusively with one publisher. But the thing about Superbot was that Sony helped create it. Like they funded the startup and everything for the company, and they were even housed in Sony Santa Monica over there. Like they were next to the God of War team and everything. But they let them go. So now the studio's made an announcement. They're like, yeah, we're fine. We're just gonna be independent and do our own thing now.
Just dropped it.
Just dropped it.
Wow.
So they said that's not the end of All Stars though. It says Sony Santa Monica will continue with future DLC and patches, so the game's not gonna be left unsupported for the 10 people, including myself, that still play it.
I mean, I have it. Just
I play it on the Vita. I don't play it on the PS3 because I usually play it at work for a little bit. I mean, it's jump on for a match or two, then jump off. That's all. Nothing crazy. So.
Well, I mean, good luck to them. I like the game. I wish it was a lot better. Like I said, my first playthrough at E3 I thought it was ass. I did. I came. That's the first game I ran to, and I just came out disappointed. Just because, it didn't do. For a Smash Brothers knockoff. It didn't knock off the most important part of the game, and which is having those stages where you're able to get knocked off out of the arena, which gives you so much more.
And that's what I enjoyed about it. Like during Smash Brothers, like I can't stand it when there are people that are just so good. They just I'll get to 100% and they'll be at 2%. It's like, man, screw you guys. So what I always did was I'd choose Sonic and throw on the Smash balls, and I would just go Super Sonic and destroy everyone. I love doing that, but everyone else hated that. So then All Stars has that concept. You just wail on someone and then you use a super attack and you kill everyone in one hit. I enjoy that kind of whole thing. So I enjoyed Smash Brothers for that, and I enjoyed All Stars for that as well. Like as far as like the gameplay and how it works, like they're on par. Like I don't care about one more than the other. But I just
blasphemy right now.
But then again, that's coming from that's just coming from someone that doesn't like fighting games in general. Like I'm just terrible at them. So going into Smash Brothers, when you have that kind of competitive fightingness to it, where you have that kind of health bar system thing in place, I just stood no chance. Like whenever we played with friends, I would just always be the first one out, unless Smash Balls was on, when then I can just collect it. Like then I'd be Wario too, where I can turn to Super Wario and hit everyone straight off the screen in one punch.
Cheap bastard.
So
It's like a million jumps.
hell yeah, can't die, man. Loved it. Or his epic fart.
Yeah, all right. I hate that they always catch me off guard. But yeah,
Yes, I do.
so I hope the best for them. You know?
I think they'll survive. They're probably gonna do iPhone stuff for a bit, I'm sure. I mean, unless they can get a contract, unless they get contracted again, because yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Second thing we got is that the ESA, the kind of guys that speak for the game industry to the government and all that, they're holding a competition for indie developers to pretty much make games. So the winner of whoever makes this contest and they make a good game and the ESA is impressed with it, they'll bring them to E3, send them to E3, give them a booth and everything so they can show their game off.
Interesting.
So it's a big deal because a lot of indie developers, it's very expensive to get into E3. Like even if you're an iPhone company or something like that, it's very expensive to fund that and buy a spot, especially a good spot next to Sony and Microsoft, which always dominates the floor, even EA on the other halls over there. So for this to happen, this is a pretty big deal for indie developers, especially be funded to go and then have people go play your game like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
That's pretty cool.
It's a really big deal.
That's gonna be some stiff competition, though.
Yeah, exactly.
AAA titles, and it's like, oh, we got this little game.
Well, see,
for
the
ya.
thing I think what about it when I heard about that was I think they're more or less doing it for the whoever does it to get exposed to it. So maybe a big company picks them up per se. You know what I mean? Like not exactly to show off your crappy game or whatever game you have, even if it is very cool.
Crappy game.
But it's to maybe get like Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo to come in and be like, that's pretty sweet. We want you to come to Nintendo and put this exclusively on the Wii U.
There's
or
no
something.
downside, really.
Yeah. So I think that's more or less what they're hoping to go is have a company go in there, create a game, and have another company pick them up and be like, we'll distribute your game to the big consoles for you and get you guys going or something.
I wish
Nice.
I wish them luck. You should get in on that, Burnley.
Yeah.
When it,
You wanna get on that?
I'll look into it.
You could. Like I said, we'll do that together, man.
The Travis game. Come on.
The Travis game.
Yeah, it's like just me sitting in front of a monitor or something like that.
It's like a sim.
It's like a sim.
Yeah.
You just control me in my
You
everyday
control
life.
his volume as he's podcasting.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, you control my life. You bring me to work. You sit me at work. You make sure you do a
Yeah.
good job. You go home. You make dinner. You play some games.
Yeah,
that
it'd
sounds,
be like
that sounds familiar.
like,
Isn't
like
that called The
sleep.
Sims?
No, it would be like
it's an original idea.
It would be like typing of the dead. Like the options come
Ooh.
up and you're typing. And,
I love
and
that game.
Every time you write a word correctly, he says it in the podcast.
Ooh.
But when he misspells it, he utters a racial remark.
Oh, wow. Sweet.
That'd be pretty funny,
It's gonna
actually.
be interesting.
I
So-
think that's more Georgie though.
Yeah, that's true. That would be the George game. But we could have Travis DLC.
I'll go for
Where
that.
it's like George is like, I like this game. It would be better on the PS3.
Yeah, I'm taking that now.
Achievement unlocked.
Trophies.
Two
Trophies.
trophies.
There
Oh,
you go.
Dan, you just offended him. Call his.
The Travis DLC would instantly unlock all the achievements for you.
Oh, see, you have to work.
Come
like-
on, it would. You'd be happy.
I like working for my achievements, my trophies.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's next?
Next one is Witcher 3 has officially been announced. Any of you guys enjoyed the Witcher series?
Oh, Witcher. I thought you
Yeah.
said
I
Butcher.
wanted. I've been wanting to. I just haven't had time to play the second one because I heard it was. Just a great.
It was
game.
really good. That was actually what got me into the Witcher series as number 2 because of just the good reviews. So I finally picked it up on Steam when they threw it on sale, and it's a good game. And they pretty much just announced that it's not going to run on this generation. It's going to be next generation. Next high-end platforms.
Continue.
So it's going to run on their new engine, which they just call CD Projekt Red Engine 3 because of their company CD Projekt.
Okay.
And also it's supposed to be larger than Skyrim because it's going to be open world because
God.
before the Witcher series is you would go to like kind of hubs and then from the hub you can then go pick plants, but you'd be kind of stuck in a smaller hub. Now the thing about this one is they're saying it's going to be like a Skyrim where the whole map is officially open to you from the beginning, and they say it's going to be larger than Skyrim, more in depth than Skyrim,
Jesus Christ.
and just pretty much Witcher universe stuff. So people who enjoy that series will get
So
that.
we can expect on the box art to say bigger than Skyrim.
You know, I wouldn't doubt it if they have like one of the quotes from like pro game sites like IGN or something that it will say on the back, "This is bigger than Skyrim, 9 out of 5."
That's one of those games that it seems that everyone praises, kind of like Battlefield when it came out, Battlefield 3, saying, "Oh, it's way better than Modern Warfare 3," you know. But it doesn't seem like many people buy it.
You know, it's because of it's just that niche group. You know, it's the people who buy it are the people who kind of read news and follow games. Like you look at Call of Duty and everyone buys that game. Everyone buys that game, even though they just don't follow games. You know, you like,
I buy Call of Duty.
Yeah, but
buy it too.
you and everyone else play that. Like my girlfriend's little sister, she buys Call of Duty and she doesn't care about games, but she goes home and plays Call of Duty with her friends. It's just how it is. It's like I said, it's one of those games. It's one of those RPGs. But then again, you know, after the success of Skyrim, like everyone played Skyrim. That was actually a game I did not expect to sell as well as it did. That game just did gangbusters. That game took me by storm. So
I bought it. I don't even like those type of games.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't like those big.
See, neither do I. Like I get lost. I get overwhelmed with what to do, and I just get lost because it's like, oh, walk over here, and it's like, all right, I'll go walk over there, and it's like quest here, quest here, quest here, quest here. I'm overwhelmed with what the stuff to do. So I usually quit those games fairly quickly. But after I skipped Skyrim. I didn't pick it up right away. But after everyone at work was just, you know, talking about it all day. Oh, I got to kill the dragon. I did this. I'm just like,
Fus Roda.
yeah. Fus Roda.
Oh, see, I don't even know because I haven't played it. I haven't played any of the Elder Scrolls games.
So that was I picked it up, I beat it, and I kind of stopped. I'm like, I got like 60 hours, and I'm like, I just gotta stop.
And then you took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, then took an arrow to the knee. So yeah, that was that for any Witcher fans out there. I enjoyed it, so expect that. They said 2014. They say next high-end platforms. So of course they couldn't say.
What are those games about? I have never played
The Witcher. You're pretty much you play as a Witcher. Ironically, where you're kind of a cross between a sorcerer, wizard, human thing. You're like a hybrid of things.
Okay.
And in the land you're in, they're considered demons. So a lot of people shun them. But you are one of the few where your king of the area you live in has embraced you, and he takes you in as pretty much his protector. So that's pretty much what the first one is you working for the king and the empire, as everyone hates you, but at the same time this king loves you because you protect him. But then the second one, that king is murdered at the beginning, and you're blamed for the murder. So now you go across the country hunting down the person who actually murdered him, who also is a Witcher as well, have the same powers as you.
I'm not a murderer. I gotta kill this guy.
Well, no, you kill people, but you know that's his whole point. He's you're the king's assassin is what a Witcher is. Pretty much.
Okay.
So the king is killed while you're going to war with another country. And and everyone
You
assumes
get
that
blamed for that.
Yeah,
man.
so then you get blamed for it because of course you're with the body as the king's dying, and of course the king tells that you protect my family as everyone walks in, you're pulling the knife at him. It's like he's the murderer. Typical cliche of a plot right there for those beginnings. But yeah, so that's what they're about. They didn't release story details for the new one. They just said that you'll have the whole world to explore now.
Pretty cool.
I might jump into it soon. It's like on sale on Steam every other day.
Yeah, it's always on sale. And I think it's only $10 now on Steam usually.
I believe so. Yeah.
Minor news. I kind of saved the big one for last, which is about Final Fantasy for me and Burnley to gush over. But I mean, if you guys care, they announced Paul Walker will be the new Hitman in the new Hitman movie.
Paul Walker.
Yes, that's right. Fast and the Furious Paul Walker.
He's gonna be a hitman.
He's gonna be Hitman.
I don't see it.
Yeah,
I'm
no
not seeing it.
no
Like,
one
I
does.
care about that,
Was the
series,
first
so.
Hitman movie any good?
Only good thing was Timothy Olyphant. Or is that his name? Olyphant?
All on font.
Yeah, he's the guy who plays from Justified, all that.
Okay.
And he was really good as 47, but I think it was more or less he had a weak story to work with. And whenever you have, like, it's like Transformers. Transformers is just kind of weak in general. You only go for the fighting robots. What's a movie that has like a weak script? I don't know. You guys get what I'm saying? Like whenever you get like good actors in a film, and the script just. The script just sucks, but they have to work with what they have.
Like Alice in Wonderland, the
Yeah,
Disney movie.
yeah, exactly. Like the script just sucks, but it looks good. The actors are doing their best, but in the end, it's just the script isn't that great.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Hitman was. It had everything set up for it, but it just.
I tend to avoid video game movies.
I just download
Resident
them.
Evil and Super Mario Brothers.
Oh,
The
Resident
original
Evil.
are the only ones I think I've ever seen.
Okay.
Oh, and Silent Hill. That's it, really.
Okay.
Prince of Persia was actually,
Never saw it.
That's actually pretty good.
That's the Disney, right?
Yeah,
That was
actually pretty
there was a
good.
lot. I remember there was a big money writing on that one because that was Jerry Bruckheimer produced.
Yeah.
He was hoping to finally bring video games into the big spotlight.
It was actually pretty good. My only problem with that movie was that just some scenes were too like they traveled from scene to scene a little too fast. You didn't have enough time to absorb what just happened.
Oh, okay. I never seen
But
that.
but other than that, it's actually pretty solid. I enjoyed myself in Prince
Wow,
of Persia.
that's interesting
It
to
was
know.
actually pretty good. It pretty much followed the first game.
Alright.
The only thing is they gave a name to
Oh, yeah, the prince.
the prince. They gave a name, the actual name.
That's weird.
Yeah, but other than that, it pretty much followed it, and I liked it.
Ubisoft-
You saw it, Brentley, right?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Well, it's
No.
on Netflix. Get that.
it really?
Get on it.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on
I'll
Netflix.
have to check that out.
Okay.
I know that Ubisoft just announced they're putting that series on pause right now, or standstill.
Okay.
They're not.
Well, I think it's. It hasn't. The last.
Was
What was the last?
it was the one that was released?
It's Prince of Persia. It was just released
Was
in what,
that the last one? I
2006.
could have sworn there was like.
No, well they
another
did
one.
Forgotten.
I enjoyed the new one they
Yeah,
did with
wasn't
like
it
the,
Forgotten
They
Sands?
did the movie one.
yeah, the movie one. It's Forgotten Sands. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is right.
That's the movie one.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the movie one, but it's supposed to take place in between, I think, like 1 and 2, the games. But they follow the kind of movie plot somewhat.
Oh.
But they said it was an original story. It just came out at the same time as the movie.
Okay.
But the one I enjoyed was the one I enjoyed was the one that was kind of that spin-off one where it was very colorful.
Yeah, Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
The one that came out in
that-
like 2006.
that was
2007.
just called Prince of Persia,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That one was actually pretty fun.
It's
I
really
enjoyed
good.
that.
Like,
That
I'm playing
reboot.
through it right now.
I'm actually really disappointed they never followed up with that. Did you guys beat that one?
Not
Well,
fully, no.
Well, it ends with a cliffhanger, Ubisoft just showed no care to go back to that version of it, which is kind of weird.
Was that
Oh.
the
No, they
rebooted
did.
one?
They did.
Yeah, the
it's-
rebooted.
Okay.
They
I like
released
the
the
cell
epilogue.
shading. It
But
was
the
really cool.
epilogue ended on a cliffhanger too.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it
Oh.
it ended with pretty much the girl coming back to life, but the monster Alamat.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Okay, it's 2013, guys. If you haven't played that Prince of Persia that came out in 2006,
It's
not- you're not gonna
awesome how he can't avoid spoiling something every episode. It's tradition. I think we need our own theme song to go with it.
As soon as we catch him on the act.
Here
he
comes
just, like-
Travis with some spoilers. Here comes Travis with some spoilers. If you
all
don't
right,
wanna
it's
listen.
2013, people. If you haven't played that Prince of Persia that came out in 2006, 2007, you're not gonna play it.
What if they were waiting for it to drop?
not
to
only
player's choice.
not player's choice when it's like $5 in stores. Not only that,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about the DLC that they're not gonna buy. That's like $10. No, but it pretty much just ends with the monster still out there, the girl escaping, going I have to go protect my village, and then you're like, wait, come back, and then it ends.
Wait, come back.
So
Don't leave me.
and the final little big stuff I have is a huge fat rumor, but I thought it'd be enjoyable to talk about. So today,
Huge and fat, you say.
yes, Pedro's favorite.
So
So
forgot juicy.
juicy. So today, a guy on NeoGAF released a big old chunk about Final Fantasy Versus 13. He pretty much said the game is been delayed. Will be actually shown this year. Is coming out next year for 2014 and has been delayed to the next generation consoles. He said it will be revealed this year, but it will be rebranded. He doesn't know what it's going to be rebranded as, but it's not going to be Versus 13 anymore. So the weird thing was, though, is that it's still exclusive to PlayStation 3. But the thing is 15 and 16 are also in development. But he says that 15 so far is being considered exclusive as well. So he's thinking that they're rebranding Versus 13 as 15 now, because it's labeled as still exclusive to PlayStation. But 16 is labeled as multi-platform.
Okay, as someone who doesn't know what the hell you're talking about, what is Versus 13?
Versus 13 was their spin-off that's from the Kingdom Hearts team. Like, this is why there hasn't been a Kingdom Hearts game on the consoles for so long, is because the team who does those
Okay.
has been working on an action kind of just, how do you want to say it? Action
like,
RPG.
Like Kingdom Hearts.
Like Kingdom
open
Hearts.
world.
It's like, from what everyone who said, like, the press about Versus 13 is like, it's Kingdom Hearts, but it's set in a Final Fantasy universe.
Okay.
That make
okay.
sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Got you now.
So the big thing is like after all these years, no one's been knowing what's going on with this game. It's been in development hell. This guy, he claims he's pretty much spot on. He's just like, this is genuine, because I guess this guy, the reason why it's big, is somewhat news to at least people, is because he's like had rumors before that have come true. Like he's leaked stuff as well. So
Okay. Wait, what has he leaked that has actually came?
he's
true.
leaked other. I didn't do my research on this because I just read this today.
Fair enough.
He leaked stuff regarding the guy who did Ninja Gaiden, regarding him leaving the studio and stuff, all their internal troubles, and then he leaked some other Japanese stuff. He leaks a bunch of Japanese game stuff to America.
So he's pretty credible.
Yeah, so he's pretty credible. That's why they actually post this on IGN and all that. But yeah, it was just the fact that he's like, it will be shown this year to the public. It will release next year, but it will be released on next generation consoles. and it'll also be no longer versus 13. Yeah, that was pretty much why he had some credence to it.
So is this a big title you guys been waiting for?
Me, at least. I've been excited for this.
I like
'Cause
Burnley's face
yeah,
right now.
Burnley
He's
looks like Burnley
mm.
looks like I had hope once, and now I'm over it.
Anything that has to do with like Square Enix at the moment, like it makes me cry.
Makes you cry.
Yeah.
This
Makes me.
this game, I'm actually really excited for this game. Like I think I don't know. This is mainly because I enjoy the Kingdom Hearts games. So anything from that team, I think will be good in my opinion. But then, like I said, I enjoy the Kingdom Hearts games. I know a lot of people don't. And
I enjoy them.
do you?
Yeah. Oh, no, I really like Kingdom Hearts. It's just it seems that the universe doesn't want me to finish one.
Oh.
When I bought the first Kingdom Hearts and I was enjoying it a lot, and I got to the first fight with what's his name? Riku?
Oh yeah.
When he's like kind of Blackheart or whatever, I guess he has like the black suit. Yeah, and I got to that
nice.
fight.
You're almost there.
And I saved. Next day I come back and somebody stepped on my memory card.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, well I guess I got to start over. So I bought a new memory card at Play and Trade, and then I kind of just left it there in the living room. I didn't play for a while, and I came back to it like 2 weeks later, because I had cousins visiting, and they were like playing with my PlayStation 2, and I don't like these particular cousins. You know,
Nice.
everyone has those cousins they don't really like.
Yeah.
And they were playing with it. Yeah, they were playing with it, but I was like, whatever. And so the next day, they left to Mexico, and they stole my Kingdom Hearts 2, my God of War, and my controller. And it's like, and at this point, I mean, I was probably like 20, so it was like, I can't be like, Mom! I was just like, you know what? I don't like them, whatever. So I never got to pass it, and then I just, it just never panned out for me.
Question, what happened if they would come back? And then...
They've come back before.
Oh, yeah? Did you slap them in the face?
No, I didn't really.
I would have been like, well, you guys, what's up? I haven't seen you in a long time. Nice to see you. Are not allowed in my room.
No, it was so petty that I was just like, you know what? I don't care.
If you have PlayStation, they come out with the HD versions of those.
Yeah, I'll definitely get back to, because I really, really like them.
At this point, he's not going to get a PlayStation
Probably not.
3.
Well, he gets to enjoy it. When Burnley and me do our whole little spoiler cast about that series, he'll listen to us.
Yeah.
Listen to it in all its glory.
Because the idea is genius. Like when I first saw it in I saw a commercial with the "If you walk away, you won't hear me say," with all the clips and all the Disney characters. Yeah,
baby.
Simple and Clean. I think that's the name of the song. I swear, I almost shed a tear like seeing that. Like at the commercial, I was like, "What? Like there's a game?" And then I was like, "I can't wait to get this for my GameCube." And then it was a PS2 exclusive, which didn't make sense to me at the time, because I was like, I would have thought a Disney game would, be exclusive on the Nintendo.
The only reason I have behind that one is because at the time the PlayStation 2 was dominating.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Square Enix was still only on PlayStation. Like they weren't even on Xbox yet at that time. So that was my only reason. Like they were still following the PlayStation.
It makes sense. I mean, the GameCube was a great console, but yeah, it definitely
I
was
love
losing.
I love the GameCube.
But yeah, and I was crushed because I couldn't play it on the GameCube, and my nephew, he had it, and I would always watch him play, and I was like, this is just... I'm such a big diehard Disney fan, and it was just amazing. And when I first actually played it on the PS2, I was like, "This is awesome." It didn't even matter like how like Burnley, like Burnley said, like the gameplay's terrible, whatever. I was just like,
that's me.
I was just like, no, I think Burnley said that too.
Yeah.
I was just like,
oh, now you admit it? No, I told you.
I was like,
you
dude,
said it was like, it's bad. It was,
Tarzan just joined
say
my
it's
party.
Terrible bad.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm fighting the Jaguar from Tarzan. This is, oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
And then you go to the Hercules Stadium and Sephiroth is there. And I'm like, this is such a cool. And it's impossible to beat him because the camera's so terrible.
Yeah.
But it was still, it's a great game, and I mean, I'm gonna get back to him eventually. But that's like my seal of approval on those games.
So that's actually why I'm excited for Versus 13 at least, because all the trailers that they did show, it looked like Kingdom Hearts, like it looked like a Kingdom Hearts you'd expect on console. So they have your main guy fighting enemies as if similar to Kingdom Hearts style. And then he could jump into a tank there and start using the tank and shooting people. So they have the interactive objects. And then they show other videos of showing that it's a true Final Fantasy. Like you have him driving a car in the middle of a desert and it runs out of gas, and he just gets out of the car and just starts running across the open field as if it's You know, like the old Final Fantasies on the place,
yeah.
like 8, 7, where you just get out of your vehicle and just run around. And I don't know, it looked like it had so much potential. And then not only that, all the teases on the game. You know, like you get airships too, you get vehicles. You know, the story isn't linear. The story is open-ended, similar to like what Final. Like it just seemed like it was the Final Fantasy game that everyone had wanted. But instead they gave us 13, and then they took a dump on our chest. I'm like, hey everybody, we hope you like
Cleveland
it.
steamer. Step right up for your Cleveland steamer.
So
$60.
So that's why I was excited for Versus 13. So to hear news that it's finally actually coming, makes me very excited about it, because I was probably gonna hold off on buying the next generation consoles for a while. But if this is true and it does come out next year, I'll probably end up buying the PS4 probably next year sometime.
Are you excited that supposedly it's going to be unveiled at
that's
E3?
true. Now we can talk about that. Yeah, that it's supposed to be announced February 20th. Are you sure about that?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so it's in 2 weeks?
Yeah, Sony is holding an event in New York, which they wouldn't at least tell it was the future of PlayStation is what the theme was. And then shortly before that,
Motion controls?
yeah, right. And then shortly after they announced that, it was leaked to the Wall Street Journal, which everyone's confused on how the Wall Street Journal got this before anyone else. But the Wall Street Journal got a hold of it that it was indeed the PlayStation 4 they were going to announce. The PlayStation 4, that's pretty much going to be the theme of the show. They don't know what they're going to show as far as games. They're going to show that off. They're going to show the new redesigned controller.
Finally.
And they just said like that's pretty much what the big thing, the reveal is going to be. But the big news sort of is that it looks like the PlayStation 4 is more powerful than the new Xbox.
Okay.
That was the big thing, but not by much, because it more or less comes down to
this conversation before.
Well, this conversation happens every year.
PS3 was so much like more powerful than the Xbox 360.
It comes down to the cell processors and the Blu-ray that it comes down to. You can't say that Halo and Gears of War looks even close to what God of War or The Last of Us is putting on.
With their exclusives, no.
Exactly.
With the
third-party stuff looks like ass.
Parties, yes.
It's because everyone keeps going with the stupid Unreal Engine, which can't perform on the PlayStation because that engine was designed for a Windows product. Now they try to port that over to the PlayStation 3, which doesn't run on any type of regular OS. It runs on cell processors, which no one knows how to use. Which was the dream of Ken Kutaragi, which I'm gonna drop knowledge on you guys out there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, just dropped it right there.
I saw him. He was on Wikipedia.
No, like I said, brief knowledge. Ken Kutaragi was the father of the PlayStation, created PlayStation 1. He believed in a future of where cell processing was what ran everything. And when they designed the PlayStation 3, he was heavily done. It was the future at the time, and he showed off what cell processors could do. He's like, this is it. The cell processors can do everything that you need them to do, because they just handle all the power, all the hardware, everything. But the thing is no one knows how to use cell processors. They're not a big technology, really. They're like, it's what's a technology that no one like? It's kind of like Apple. How they were like so exclusive that no one really understood what to do. That's why they didn't have viruses. Is because no one really understood that technology. While Windows was such an open source. Well, the cell processing in the PlayStation was like that. No one knew how the hell that thing worked. No one knew how to program it. No one knew how to do anything to it. So the people that do know how to use it, which is like Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch, like pretty much all of Sony's exclusive people, they can do that because they understand how it works. They understand how to allocate that 56 megabytes of RAM and use all the cell processors they need. Like, I think Naughty Dog, except for The Last of Us, they're using like 4 or 5 of the processors out of the 6 in the thing to make that thing run. So, like, no one understands that, but they do somehow. And that's why, if you understand the PlayStation, you can get those graphics that everyone can't.
Yeah.
But
I've said this every year, literally since like Super Nintendo came out. But this year, I mean it. How much better can these graphics possibly get? At this point, I almost think, that's pretty much, we're about the last generation of how awesome it could look.
That was like what a lot of the companies actually, like a lot of the, leaked documents or rumors that came out of regarding the next generation was like, what are they going for? And a lot of the companies are going for social media, for how are they going to get you to purchase like an Xbox or PlayStation and only purchase that. So, it's going to have Facebook integration. It's going to have YouTube. It's going to have Netflix. It's going to be that hub you go to.
Yeah, they
Like,
just wanted to replace
yeah.
like a computer basically
Exactly.
at this
So
point.
they're going to upgrade the hardware, of course, to kind of be compete with computers again. Just to, so, you can get the better stuff because PCs will always be more advanced. But now they're trying to get you on the next front. So you have Netflix, you have Hulu, you go to Facebook. So they want you to just go to that one box, and so far there's nothing has come out regarding Xboxes, so I can't really comment on them. I'm sure when eventually their stuff starts to leak, we'll talk about it. The only reason I could talk about the PlayStation now is because of the fact that more is leaked. Like, the big thing is since the controller's being redesigned, and it's said to have a touchpad on the screen now, which is
here we go.
Which is similar to the back pad of the Vita. It's not the touch screen; it's the pad on the back, which they said will function as the as your kind of start and everything like that. But the other thing was that it's going to have a share button, similar to a share button you see on your phone and everything, because they want you to be able to stay connected with that universe. So, like, they said the rumor is that it will record the last 15 minutes of your gameplay constantly. So if you have a kill streak in Call of Duty, or you're doing something on Killzone, because Halo's not on PS3 or PS4, or you're just something you want to share to the world, if it's a video related, you can do that. You can share your achievements. You can share screenshots. Like, the whole point of it is that the controller will do all that for you, so you just have to tap a few buttons, and then it goes, and it's instantly posted straight to your site of choice. Whether, I don't know if the Google Plus is on there, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. I like that. Unfortunately.
So like I said, I can only comment on PlayStation because they always have the worst leaks. So Microsoft will have to wait and see what they're planning.
I don't know,
But that's what the next generation is. It's not going to be graphics per se, because we already know graphics are going to be good. It's what can they get you, Pedro, over here to purchase and be like that's why I want this, so I can watch my Netflix, I can watch my Blu-rays, I can
They'll
watch
all have that.
Hulu's. Yeah, exactly. They're all going to have it, but then they're going to need that little extra too to be like, that's why I want that console. So
what do you think that could be?
For me, honestly, just the exclusives. I buy for games. Like, even on I'm one of the 5 people who bought a console for, like, the Vita, for crying out loud. I'm, like I said, one of the 5 people who bought that damn thing, and I love that Vita because I can play Persona 4 Golden. It looks awesome, and then that's all I play.
It's a gorgeous console. It's just that their software is ass.
Their software's bad, and the thing, and that's unfortunately very bad. I know Sony's got their first parties working on it, but they also have to have
third.
They have to have the third for that type of thing.
Exactly.
So
the 3DS and all.
Exactly.
All these Nintendo
handhelds
have their first party stuff. And they have a buttload
of third party
stuff.
Definitely. So but as far as the console goes, I mean, the PlayStation 4 will get all the third party stuff that Xbox gets. And not only that, but on top of it, I am one of the few who enjoy the exclusive. I enjoy Naughty Dog's. I enjoy the Uncharted series. I enjoy the Killzone series. I enjoy this series.
But then we're separated with this again. It's just that, like, we have this last generation, what separated us between like Xbox and PS3. There's a good amount of people that bought both, and there's ones that is like, nah, PS3, and they're like, nah, Xbox, right? We had it separated. Now we come to a point where they're kind of just meeting each other. Yeah. They're gonna have all this stuff that you were talking about. They're both gonna have Blu-ray players. Yeah. Right? So now there's no things like, oh, well, my PS3 has a Blu-ray player. No, my new Xbox is going to have a Blu-ray player too.
I don't think the Xbox is going to have a Blu-ray player.
They already announced it.
Really?
No, they didn't announce it, but it's confirmed.
I don't know, man.
They can't go without the Blu-ray player at this point. They need it because the Blu-ray is the solidified HD format right now. So unless they try and pull a move where it changes, they can't afford it. Not only that, but
I feel like they're just going to try to, like, really force the online thing, like the digital.
Both consoles are.
No, both want to, but I think Xbox more than anything else. I really can't see Xbox putting a Bluray player.
I have inside sources. Sources.
Right,
I think it has a Blu-ray player. Anyways, let's just for you, let's say hypothetically, it does have that Blu-ray player, right? These both these consoles have the Blu-ray player. They have the social media hub and all that stuff. You got your YouTube, Netflix, all that crap, right? So now they're so close together in consoles, and now it just depends on these games, right? Like, a lot of people have bought so many people have bought the Xbox, and regardless about of these PS3 exclusives, you're saying they're good and they are, but nobody buys them.
Yeah,
Right?
that's an understatement.
So, I think what it really boils down, even so, and let's say hypothetically the PS4 finally has a great online network, that's comparable to Xbox Live, right? Let's say they have that. Look how close they are. Look how close these consoles are now together. What can possibly be the driving point? Like, buy my console. Buy my console. You know what I mean?
Other than fanboyism.
Other than fanboys.
Fanboyism.
Well, fanboys is like more hardcore. I'm saying just
the casual
players.
Yeah.
The 80% of people out there that are gonna buy these consoles.
Yeah. What's gonna get like, some of my friends who don't really care about video games just buy a console to play a game with their friends.
Exactly.
Like so in my
really
opinion,
simple. It's whatever's cheapest.
not
That's why
exactly.
Yeah.
It's what it's
really all it's
yeah.
comes down to.
It's
Sony is not going to be that.
It's gonna come down to what's cheapest or what's free included in the package.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I think it comes down to what's cheapest and what's in the services. Now the thing is this is coming from internet forums, and everyone knows how those people are. Is that
They're all true.
a lot? Yeah, right. Exactly. A lot of people have been jumping ship from Microsoft to Sony because of the PlayStation Plus, because of all the free games that Sony's giving. Like I think they're giving last week or the 2 weeks before, it was Sleeping Dogs they gave for free. Then now this week they're giving away that Guardians of Middle Earth, which is the Lord of the Rings MOBA. That's free this week. So I've been, like I said, this is internet forums and stuff. A lot of people are jumping ship from Microsoft because they're like, why am I paying this just so I can watch my Netflix, my Hulu? And then they're like, PlayStation 3, you don't have to subscribe to anything. You can watch those for free. And then like if I do subscribe to Plus, they're like, I'm getting all these games for free. So that's what I've been reading on the internet. Now, as far as people like in the public, a lot of people in general are kind of getting away from the Xbox thing because everyone's just getting tired of that stuff. Now,
the Xbox Live, you mean?
Yes. So now to go back to like Burnley said about the whole, it's going to be what's cheaper and what they have to offer. I think that's what's going to come down. Now, I can't really judge on that because Xbox will forever charge. Now, PlayStation will be forever free is because that's what they have to do. That's their shtick now. That's their thing. It's free online, right? The only thing they can do is stranglehold the online to be like, you can only play online. You want to like chat or talk with friends, you need to be a Plus subscriber is what I think they're going to do, honestly. They're going to kind of try and rope you in to pay, but on top of that, you will have your Plus. Okay, well, we kind of distracted from the bottom line, but the end line is like Burnley said, cheapest, and what services they're offering that they're gonna get you in, and if Sony puts on the PlayStation, if they're both $400, speculating that they're both $400, because what their leaked specs
steep,
are, that's what the leaked specs are saying is that they're gonna probably push for 400, and that's probably for the bare minimal small hard drive type of thing. If they're both 400. It's going to be what people go to the store and they see is on the box, or, kind of also what their kid wants, because a lot of kids drive this market for what their parents want. If they go and they see PlayStation 4, you get PlayStation Plus, and they have something listed. You sign up for PlayStation Plus, which comes in the box free for a few months where you can try it, and you get these games for free with it. You have that. Or then you have Microsoft that's like, you get 3 months of Xbox Live. And that's all it says.
You're assuming that's all it's gonna say.
Exactly. That's all. I'm just assuming. I don't know. But I guess the bottom line, which we keep kind of rambling here, and I keep kind of drifting to Sony because I like that. Of
course you do.
It's
of course you do.
It's exactly like Burnley said. It's gonna be price, and it's gonna be like what people want and what they have to offer.
So now, gentlemen, we have reached an era where it's still Nintendo is not competing here.
I say Nintendo is not a part of this market anymore.
No, it's not. It's not. That's why we're still in an era that Nintendo will forever never compete with these two consoles because it never has to. Yeah. And we reached an era where these consoles are pretty much the damn same. The only thing that's gonna be different are the game exclusives, essentially, if it comes down to that.
Pretty much.
So now that we've reached that, why, like, it makes me sad because I always had all these consoles. I always bought every single console. I have I had the Xbox, the GameCube, I had the PlayStation, PS2. I had the Wii, the PS3 and the Xbox 360, right? But now there's nothing for me to really look forward to as far as what difference can these possibly have?
You know,
what I mean?
you said you exactly said it. It's that. But for me, I'm gonna purchase both the PlayStation and the new Xbox, and it comes down to I'm gonna purchase the PlayStation because I enjoy PlayStation games. Whether my friends buy it or not, I enjoy those PlayStation games. I'm gonna enjoy the exclusives. I'm
play for
exactly
one-player games mostly.
Exactly. I'm gonna play the Uncharted's because I enjoy the Uncharted's. I'm gonna play those games because they're fun. I'm gonna purchase an Xbox because I do know that there are gonna be my friends out there that purchase it and play, and they just like the Xbox in general. I'm gonna purchase that, and I'm gonna pick up those games that they want to play. Like my Xbox, I pay for Xbox Live, which I hardly play. I don't watch Hulu or Netflix. I watch those on PlayStation. But what I pay for Xbox Live is because I pay to play online games with friends. Like I bought Borderlands 2, and I think that was the last.
Did you
multiplayer
play
game.
with anybody on Borderlands 2?
I played with my friends when they played for a week, which everyone stopped playing that game. Like no one plays that game anymore. It pisses me off so much. So I want to play it.
Get it on PC.
I'll play with you, man. If you play,
Get it on PC. And then
Hey, how
we'll
come
get
you
on
haven't added me on Xbox, you bastard?
Oh.
On Xbox? What's your name?
You monster.
I'll
I don't even want to add you anymore.
I didn't know you had an Xbox.
Oh.
I didn't even know you had an Xbox.
You monster.
Alright.
Alright.
So here we go.
Well, we're gonna move on to this week in video game history. Baby.
Bear.
This week in gaming history with your host, Peter Green. February 3, 1997, Japanese game developer Inus is founded. They're the creative minds behind Elite Beat Agents and Guitaro Man. February 3, 2005, Bethesda and Take-Two announced their agreement to share publishing rights of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. February 4, 2000, the original Sims is released and met with an unprecedented amount of success. February 5, 1943, Nolan K. Bushnell is born. Why should you care? Because he's the founder of Atari and also the founder of Chuck E. Cheese. February 6, 1968, Akira Yamaoka is born. He is an astounding composer who wrote the spooky soundtracks for the Silent Hill series. And February 8, 1999, friendships are broken when the first Mario Party for the Nintendo 64 is released. This has been Peter Green, and this is your week in video game history.
I like the fadeaway.
Man, oh my God.
That's the good one on that was the fuck. I already forgot which one it was.
What?
It was name them off again. It was
Sims.
Sims.
Release?
That's what it was. I was gonna say, man, that game blew my mind. I remember when literally it blew my mind.
It was kind of weird, yeah.
It was like you hadn't played anything like it. I remember my buddy down the street. I think it came out and was like, what did you say, 2000?
Nah, 2000, yeah.
Yeah, 2000, like
4.
10 years old, and yeah, my friend down the street, he got it because his mom spoiled him, so she bought him all his games. So he bought that game, and I went over to his house and played it.
Damn.
And that game, I couldn't believe it. I created my sim, I got him a job, and I was like, oh my God, this is so much fun to take care of. That was actually probably what broadened my horizon of RPGs because I loved that factor of taking care of someone and leveling up. Because then after that, he introduced me to Final Fantasy. He's like, oh, you got to try this. But man, that was so much fun because then you had to work your way to the mansion.
Yeah.
Know? You had to get them, or you just cheated and typed in Rosebud to give yourself $1,000. But
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? That was the code. It was
that
Rosebud.
That game has a special place in my heart because it's the very first game I pirated.
Wow.
on Kazaa, yeah.
Wow, Kazaa.
Back in the day, yeah. Very first game.
Is that site even still around?
I hope not.
Oh,
Because thanks to torrents, that's
so
worthless
much.
now.
Man, I remember we were talking about this at work. Remember E-Bombs World or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
The original YouTube?
Yeah, they were E-bombs.
Man, there was no filtering on that website. There were so many cocks.
He's the cocks.
Yeah.
Cocks galore. Yeah. Sims was awesome, even though it was just weird.
Yeah. but
They
it was
didn't
good.
talk right. Like,
You know,
they just
that's
What you call me?
they don't if you don't buy a table, they put it on the floor.
Yeah,
like,
they get pissed and they get pissed off too.
It was weird.
And I loved I bought 3 when 3 came out.
Oh really? You kept going?
Oh yeah, I kept going.
Oh no, one was enough for me.
Because 3 was the one when they finally gave you the real city, so you can like watch them go to work. There was no load times. Like you loaded into one city, and that was it. Like then
really?
Yeah, and then they can go home. They can go to the beach. They can go to work. They can go to the library, and you can follow them wherever they went.
What's the most recent one? Is that it?
That's Sims 3. They've just been releasing a ton of like this game.
Don't they have like 20 expansions?
I think they're like. They've got to at least have 20 for Sims 3. They have so many, like even down to just small ones. I think there's like a Katy Perry expansion where you just get Katy Perry themed items. So, but Man, I love The Sims, man. I think the series is great.
What about Nolan K. Bushnell, man? He invented,
the
founder of
Atari.
Atari and Chuck E. Cheese.
He
Chuck E. Cheese, man. That's where
that company.
was at.
I think didn't Atari just finally file for bankruptcy? Like, aren't they gone? Are they're going to be?
Yes, sir.
Finally.
From what I was reading, all these past few years, the only reason they've been alive is through licensing and branding their logo, like Atari T-shirts.
Yeah.
I guess there was a resurgence in like 2005 to 2010. People were buying them like crazy.
Yeah.
So much it was keeping them afloat along that, and like Dragon Ball.
Oh,
But then they got rid of that, and they released Alone in the Dark, and
Good.
Yeah, man, they went downhill quick. But
it sucks, man.
I'm actually kind of happy because Atari is like in television. It's kind of like, come on, you just
I don't know,
Sometimes
though.
just gotta be laid to rest.
I don't know, but why do they deserve to be gone and Sega still stick around? I mean, Sega lost too, and they didn't leave forever.
I think it's because not necessarily they need to be gone. I think it's just eventually you reach a point if you can't kind of catch up with the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I mean, those guys are millionaires. What do they care?
Oh yeah.
So at this point, they haven't released anything good. They're kind of just like hanging on there for nostalgia reasons. But everyone already people. You can buy those T-shirts. So it's like someone's gonna license the name. So this kind of just let them die while they're still strong, rather than this like beating a dead horse. Like since they're gone, no one even knows what they put out. What was the last game they put out? Was it probably?
I think it was Alone in the Dark.
Was it Alone in the Dark? Like they just haven't. They just haven't been hanging in there.
I don't know. It's just kind of sad because they're like.
Yeah, because they're very nostalgic.
They started us off.
Yeah, very
Without
nostalgic.
them, we owe a lot to this company, and
yeah,
we're just kind of like, Grandpa, I can't call you this week, and then he just dies in the old folks' home.
Jeez, nice. that's that
Rosebud.
That's the code from. Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
No, and then also the composer to Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Man, that guy can create some
Spooky,
music,
bro.
man. Is he still doing the Silent Hill series, or is he no longer?
He
there?
left Konami in 2010.
Okay. What's he doing now?
Let's find out. Killer 7, No More Heroes.
Oh, he's working
Resident
with Suda.
Evil.
He's working with
Grasshopper
Sudafed too.
Studios.
Yeah, Grasshopper Manufacturer, or whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know who else is a good composer? Which is unfortunate that he left Square Enix. It was Nobuo Uematsu. The Final Fantasy. He did all the Final Fantasy.
He did all the music, but he left in
He left
after 10.
I thought was it 10 or 12?
I think it was 10.
Was it 10? Okay, so they had someone new for 12.
Yeah.
Man, 12. I hope they make an HD remake. That's off topic
That
though.
was a good one.
12 was phenomenal, except for Vaughn or Van. He's such an annoying character.
And Mario Party, man.
Mario Party. You know, I never played that one. I didn't play the Mario Party series until it came to the GameCube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and at that point, it was so advanced and so much different than the old ones. Like that, Carlos, one of our friends, he brought it over one time for the 64 just for nostalgia reasons. He's like, "Let's do this." We're all drinking for the night. We didn't care, so we popped it in, and man, that game sucks.
Which one?
The Mario Party on the 64.
Which one?
Wait,
The very
which one?
first
There's
one.
3? Oh.
The number one. He had that.
Mario Party.
That
not
one-
that great, yeah.
that one-
The first one
Oh,
had
so bad.
had
So slow.
10 mini games that were good. That's it.
Yeah, and then it had that legendary mini game that actually you could send out for a glove by Nintendo because it tore up your palm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a little shy guy that you wound up by putting your palm on the controller and spinning it, and it was cutting up kids' hands.
Nice.
So Nintendo actually did a press release, and you could send in your UPC, and they would send you an official Nintendo glove to
Oh,
play that
God.
mini game for.
That's too funny.
That's cool. Cause I played.
Wait a minute.
Because
I like that.
I played. It was that one, but it was the one with the Bowser, the one where it was a tug of war. One person was the Bowser, the other 3 were were normal ones. Yeah, I got one big ass blister right here on my hand. My God! Ever since then, every time that those mini games come out, I put 2 socks on.
Well, here's the thing. Well, the thing is, but in Mario Party, the other later Mario Parties, it advised you not to use your palm. These earlier ones didn't. It just said spin.
Yeah, just
So
spin.
that's how they covered their asses, like, we told you not to.
But just like I love their warnings every time you turn on the Wii. It's like make sure you play in indoor space or enough space,
Yeah.
and then go on exercise as well. And then they have like a woman knocking over a lamp and then knocking over a person
You
on the
read
other
those
side of her.
once, and then they just become
Yeah.
images that you just
Well,
skip.
because didn't people actually start to complain to Nintendo about that? They're like, my kids are getting hit in the head.
Oh
with
yeah,
the-"
well they were.
Like TVs
I mean,
broke in and stuff. Like
there was
that.
plenty of fake clips, but there was also plenty of real
I
ones.
love that. Did you ever see that? This is the Connect one of the 2 dads, like the dad and the son, like playing Connect Adventures, and the kid's next to his elbow, and he goes to like lunge his elbows back or like pull his arms back,
no!
and the kid's next to him, he just goes, wham!
You lose.
Kid does like a freaking just flies backwards. It was crazy, and he was like, "Oh crap!" And he quickly turns around, you know. And all that.
that's sad.
It was like one of the original videos once the Kinect came out, and everyone was just blown away by it. They're like, "Oh my god!"
I know, I love the Mario Party series. If not only for the fact that it's one of those ideas that you're like, it's so simple. Why didn't anyone think of this? And after that, everyone tried to get on it. We had Sonic Shuffle. We had they did a lot of PlayStation 2, like Namco Party. Like
they did
so many. That's cool. Well, that's gonna leave us to our final segment, and then we're gonna get you guys out of here. I know you guys have stuff to do, listeners.
Sleep.
All right, here we go. Poison mushroom.
And now it's time to play everyone's favorite game, Poison Mushroom, with your host, Pedro Constantopoulos.
Mamma mia.
Welcome back. Oh, let me pause this. Oh, no. Okay. Welcome to another exciting episode of Poison Mushroom, guys.
Ooh, this is going to be fun.
So, it was really hard to make this week's Poison Mushroom, so I'm kind of making a new theme now. I was thinking, what should I do? Fake celebrity branded games, things like that. Horrible games based on food, stuff like that.
Okay.
Couldn't find anything, so I'm gonna get a little creative. These are 5 video game memories of Pedro. These are 5 video game related things that have happened in my life, and only one of these is true. So you guys can ask me as many things as you want.
Okay.
And let's see if I can stump you guys one more time this week.
Okay.
So my very first video game memory is actually pretty depressing. So there I was, and I was playing with my dog, Rummy. Yes, my dog was named Rummy. This is because I wanted to name him Rambo, and my parents wouldn't let me. And for some reason, they thought Rummy would be better. So there I am playing with him, and I go back inside the house. And back in the day, this was when my parents would just randomly go buy me things. It was awesome being the only child. So they're like, "Oh, let's go. Well, you want to go get a game at Toys R Us?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to get a game at Toys R Us." So I'm like, "Oh, I already know what I want to get. I want to get Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo." So we get in my truck, we back up, and we run over Rummy.
Oh!
We hit him.
You hit your dog?
We hit my dog.
Oh my god.
And I get out, and I'm just bawling, bawling, and my dog's there, and he's just twitching, and he just dies. He just dies in front of me.
That's terrible, man.
And you know what? It was fucking sad, but I still went and got my game, and I played that game, and I always have that memory associated with Yoshi's Island, even though it's, yeah. Okay, my next video game memory. Simpsons Arcade. This game had just come out. I was visiting my relatives in Mexico, Mexicali, and they have this Chuck E. Cheese wannabe place, but it's called Imagínate, or Imagine It. And so I'm playing there, and I'm playing the Simpsons Arcade game, and I'm having a blast. I'm just putting quarter at token after token. This kid comes up, and he puts his token there, which I didn't know this at the time, but that meant you reserve your slot, as in like I'm next.
Oh, okay.
I'm next.
Oh, you kept taking people's quarters.
So I run out of quarters. The kid's standing there, and I looked at the quarter, and I was like, oh, this is cool. The kid gave me a token. So I go, and I put it in. And this kid, like, looks at me, and I'm all, like, just smiling at him, and I continue playing the game. So he comes back. He comes back with his dad. And his dad's yelling at me in Spanish. I'm not even going to say the things, but he's just yelling at me, and I'm just there. And I'm like 7 years old, so I'm like, why is he yelling at me? And why is he? And he was yelling about, it's called a ficha in Spanish. Okay. I didn't know what that meant, because it's like a slang for token.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't even know what ficha meant. I was like, what is he doing? He's yelling at me. And my dad comes over, and he almost gets into a fist fight with this guy.
Dang.
Yeah, but
That's
I don't know, but
crazy.
they squash it, and my dad ends up giving the guy like 10 pesos, which equal to like, I don't know, like 8 tokens or something, and whatever. But I remember my dad yelled at me, and he's like, why would you think that the kid gave you a token? And yeah, there's that.
Well, you're 7 years old. That one.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
My next memory, pretty embarrassing. Do you guys remember Tamagotchi?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Well, no, you don't remember Tamagotchi? It was a little digital pet.
Remember
Kinda like
Hey
the Digimon games?
Hey, you Pikachu?
Yeah, like Hey You Pikachu. It was, but it was a little. It was a little egg, and it had a digital pet, and you could feed it and stuff. Okay, well when this blew up, I was 6 years old when this blew up. I want to say 6 or 7. These all happened around the same year almost. And so I wanted one so badly, but this is my sister. Like, my sister was like 3 at the time, so she wanted stuff at this point too. So, you know, the kind of gifts receded for me. So now it was like, you can't get every single thing you ask for. So you're not going to get this. And I begged and begged, and my dad's like, all right, fine, I'm going to get you one, but I'm not going to get you Tamagotchi. I'm going to get you the knockoff, which is like $5 cheaper by Tiger. It's called, I think it was called Gigapet.
Ooh, Gigapet.
That's the one I had.
Yeah, it was called
You had a Gigapet?
Yeah.
It's called Gigapet.
Gigapet.
And I got a monkey one, and so I went to bed with it. Put it in my pocket, went to bed with it. Oh, I can't wait! Next day of school, I'm gonna show everyone because I finally have a Gigapet. I wet the bed that night and fucked it up.
Well, how did you?
I drowned my Gigapet in piss. And so I never really got to play my Gigapet. I think I played it for like. This might have happened 2 days later. So I played it for like a few days, but I never got to take it to school.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You got it over the weekend, and on Sunday night, it's like,
I was like, shh. Sweat the bed, fucked up my Gigapet. Next one. This was when I got my PS1. My uncle, my Tio Chuy, my uncle, he came over and he was like, oh, look, look, he never had a son of his own, so he always would get me stuff. I don't know. He has 3 daughters, but he always treats me like his, like removed son. So he always used to get me things when I was younger. And so he brings me the PS1. I had to be 9 or 10 because PS1 was out. So he brings me a PS1. He's like, look, I got you a PS1 and blah, 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 and here you go. And I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. I only had Crash Bandicoot with it, but whatever, it was freaking amazing. And I was playing it, and then a few weeks later, my cousin comes over, not from his side, not my uncle's son or anything. It was from my other uncle, my uncle Jose. He comes over and and I was like, oh, I gotta show you this. His name was Gamaliel. That's his name. That's the name of the cousin that came over. So I'm like, Gamaliel, come over here. I gotta show you this game. So I put on the PlayStation. And I was like, and he's like, that's my PlayStation.
Ooh.
And I was like, what do you mean it's your PlayStation? He's like, that's my PlayStation. I know it's my PlayStation because the scratch is right there. And I know that's mine. And I lost it. How did you get my PlayStation?
What?
And I was like, what do you mean? My Tio Chuy gave me the PlayStation. He's like, how? Like, he came over to my house and that's when we lost it. So it's like,
he stole it from him and gave it to you?
So my uncle, in I guess a drunken haze, took the PlayStation from his house, came back into the world. He's like, how did this thing appear in my house?
Oh,
well,
no.
I'm gonna give it to Pedro. I'm gonna give it to Pedro, and that was another family almost like reunion ruined, and it's freaking embarrassing. To this day now we joke about it, but it was really embarrassing at the time, especially, and it sucked because I had to give the PlayStation back.
Yeah, that's
yeah, and you know what? It's lame for me because if I wouldn't have shown off, I would have probably still had that PlayStation.
That's what you get.
Dumbass.
And then finally rounding it off, the biggest one, Food for Less over here is it Gary?
Yeah, Gary.
Yeah, Gary. It's on Gary. That used to be called Smith's back in the day. Back in the day, Pomona. It was across the street from what used to be Price Club, which is now Cardenas. And that's where there used to be a video rental store that we used to rent all our video games from there. I used to rent all my video games from there. And so one time I went in there, and I was staring at the games. And I was like, I bet I could steal one of these games. Like, I was like,
oh my
so
God.
I go on the rack, and at the time I wanted Beauty and the Beast on the Super Nintendo. I know, but I wanted that game.
Lion King was
and
better.
so I go on
Lion
there.
King was better.
I go on there and I take it off, and I think I got away with my crime, but I open it and I was like, oh, there's no game in here. I'm an idiot. So I go up to the counter and I'm like, oh, can I rent this game? And I'm looking for my dad. I'm like, oh, okay, well, if my dad appears, I'm screwed. So I'm like, can I rent this game? He's like, oh, yeah. Here's like, oh, do you have your dad? I'm like, yeah. Just can you get the game ready? I'll go get my dad. And I left. I went just to check the aisles. My dad was still in the meat produce aisle. I ran back, and I saw they had the game there on the counter. They had that game there on the counter, and so I ran up, I took it, I just opened the box, put the game in my back pocket, and I went, and I just went and I took it, and that's one of the few things I've ever stolen.
You got away? You got away with that?
I got away with it.
Wow.
Well, see, now the real question is which one of them is the real one.
Only one of these is real, guys.
Because you made it sound so goddamn real. All these single ones made it sound so goddamn real.
Ask me as many things
I don't
as you
even
want.
know which ones are. Okay.
I'm gonna start from the backwards going forward. So starting with the stealing of the game. Like where was the guy at the counter? What did he do? Like how
he
did
was helping another person,
and he just left it on the counter.
He just left it on the counter.
All right. So is this video store connected to the grocery store? Who does that?
It was inside the grocery store.
This is such a 90s thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it was. Well, remember, they used to sell VHSs at grocery stores.
God, yeah, talk about talk about consolidating, you know? There's just a video store here, too.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so also regarding that, you said it was for the Super Nintendo, right? Beauty and the Beast. And there's really nothing else to go off on that one. I don't think that one's real, though. Well, I don't think... I don't know. I don't think... It just doesn't sound very real.
Yeah. Beauty and the Beast.
The one before that, was that the Tamagotchi one? No, that was the Family Reunion. The PlayStation Family Reunion one.
PS1.
That sounds like it would be real true.
That one sounds like it could. So the thing is like, if he got that drunk, how did he not realize it was his son's? Like, was it hooked up in their house?
That I don't know.
So you don't know.
I mean, it had to have been hooked up
That's what I'm
somewhere.
saying. So
he didn't give me a box with it. He put it in a grocery
that
bag.
That one I think is fake too, because I don't think no matter how drunk you are, you're gonna be like, just unplug this and
you
throw
haven't
it in
been my Tio Chewy.
I have it.
He's the same uncle. I swear to you, he's the same uncle who my tia Yolanda had gotten a cat. He was so drunk, he picked up that cat by the tail, threw it against the wall, and killed it.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Crap.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's hold on to that one. So then the one before that one, it was the Gigapet one, right? That you peed on it. That one I actually thought was real. But that's
drowned it in piss.
I drowned that motherfucker.
Damn, man, like
glurp glurp.
Glurp glurp. So
the monkey Gigapet.
So damn, man, these are some good ones.
I just started my live.
What was the one before that one then?
The Simpsons Arcade.
The Simpsons Arcade. That's right. The kid
Mexicali.
That one sounds
super real.
Really? That one I don't think sounds real at all.
Oh yeah, man. Because I could see it. I mean, he's living here all his life. I've been to Mexico. The point is like, okay, go get me this. What the fuck are you saying? It's like, go get me this. I'm all like, what? What is that? It's like, it's to clean this. Oh, you mean the fucking rag? Why are you calling it this?
Yeah.
You know, I've had many of those when I went to Mexico as I was young. I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because my daddy said this is what it's called.
But was the whole putting the quarter? Because that was the quarter taking one, right? Yeah. Was the whole putting in the quarter thing on in the 90s that early? Because I don't remember that catching on until like early 2000s.
Dude, it was.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, no, that's an old arcade thing, dude.
That was how you reserved.
Maybe I must not have played at like the arcades when they were busy or not, because I just would have someone stand behind me, or maybe it was just because I don't know the neighborhood.
Just Google like Mortal Kombat 90s. You'll see like a bunch of people gathered around a cabinet with just rows of quarters.
Interesting. Okay.
That
one I don't think is real though, because
idea, because if it's just lined up like that.
Yeah, well that's
it's
how
like
fights
now,
get started.
Yeah, and then there's like, oh, mine's there.
Yeah, that one's mine. I remember my
see,
LinkedIn.
That's when gamers give bad names because they're getting into a fight over a quarter. Anyways,
that's my quarter. The one before that. What's the one before that?
My dog, man.
The dog.
Oh man.
Damn, man.
That one sounds so real. It made me cry almost. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
But
why would you call it? Why? Do you have some obsession with Rambo or something?
I never even watched Rambo. I just thought the name was awesome.
What?
Okay, why?
Oh no.
What did you do with the dog after it died?
What do you mean? What do we threw it in the trash. We didn't bury it.
You just threw your dog in the.
That's fucked up.
That is pretty fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Man, I buried.
Okay, I don't think that one's real.
How did you think? How do you think that felt?
You didn't throw. Oh, you didn't bury it. Oh no, it's gotta
no,
be fake.
No.
Fake.
The way he's saying this, I'm looking here.
Wait, what do you mean?
And he's scouting.
Well, you can look at me all you want. Boom. Boom.
Oh, what are we looking
I
up?
can cry. You cry.
Well, cause okay, so
let's start bumping some off.
Well, how would your parents feel
What do you mean?
when your dog died? Like, were they upset too, or were they just like, oh, it's dead?
Okay, this is kind of fucked up, but I think they were kind of glad because they didn't want me to have a dog in the first place. This is one of those dogs that my uncles were like, "Oh, do you want the dog?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want the dog. I want the dog." And my parents are like,
"What the fuck you just do?
He can't have that dog." And my uncle was like, "I already promised it to him. You're gonna tell your son you can't have a dog?" And that's how I got my dog.
It's starting to sound more shady because my parents would be like, "No, he ain't getting no
Really?
fucking dog. No, he ain't getting no fucking dog."
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna tell him?
Well,
You're not
this
gonna
was
get,
when
yeah,
I
I'm gonna tell him.
This is when I got
you can't have a
everything,
dog,
man.
bitch.
I got
That's
everything
what
I
he would've
wanted.
did. That's what happened.
Only child.
So what?
Man,
do you have any dogs now
child.
or any animals now?
Hmm?
Do you have any animals now?
The only other dog I had after that was my dog Sugar, and she ran away.
Sugar.
Interesting.
Come on.
Oh, honey.
I think the quarter.
I was gonna do this.
You think the quarter one's real?
I was gonna do that, but that's lollipop.
Lollipop. Okay.
You know, I'm gonna lock it in with
Oh, he's locking an answer in.
Yeah,
He's locking.
I'm gonna go with actually I want to question the Gigapet one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so how did you lose in the toilet? Was it on your key? Like,
No. It was in my pocket.
Oh, you peed it. You just
I put
peed
it in my
on it.
pocket when I went to sleep.
Oh,
and
you wet the bed.
When I wet the bed.
Okay, that one I don't think is real. I'm gonna go with after the way you described the PlayStation one, I'm actually gonna go with the PlayStation one.
Okay.
Cause like you said, like hold on. So
hold on.
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the PlayStation one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that your uncle came home and took the PlayStation after him hearing him kill the cat like that. I just seems like something that he would run in and take a PlayStation no.
You already locked it in, man.
You locked it in.
It's the fact that if when he did become sober enough, wouldn't he have realized?
Travis.
Oh wait, this is my kid's place. Because did he give it to you sober? Or did he give it to you drunk still?
He gave it to me sober, but it wasn't his kid's PlayStation. It was.
Oh, that's not his son.
No. It was another cousin. My cousin.
Does he stay with those people then?
He like visited them.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I'm gonna go with the PlayStation
You
one.
know how those people would like to drink.
All right, so
Yeah, I
he's
do.
locking in the PlayStation.
I'm doing the
one.
PlayStation one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Burnley. No, I don't got an answer.
Quarter.
The quarter one.
Quarter.
Yeah, because that seems simple enough. You can do that.
Quarter.
Oh man.
I'm writing you in for the quarter. Big money on the quarter.
Okay. Those two sound really. Gigapet. You drowned it in your own piss. I don't.
The way you say it.
Yeah, you drowned it in your own piss. I don't think it's real. And unless you fucking peed a bucket, I don't think you could have drowned it in piss. So I'm not saying the Gigapet one. What was the last one? The last one was the one that you stole.
Beauty and
right?
the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. I don't think the Beauty and the Beast one is real either. Just because,
Ain't no hood rat,
yeah,
Pedro.
man. No. I mean, neither.
Come
is
on,
like,
dog. Yes, I am.
neither is like my sister Betsy, but like one of the few times she did, like she felt so bad after. It was a Pokemon card.
She peed on a Pokemon card?
No. What the fuck were you been at, man? What the fuck? No.
Anarchy.
One of the few things that she did steal was a Pokemon card, right? Like she was looking
Where
through
did you
this.
go, Travis? Where did you go in your head?
She was looking through this book of one of our neighbors and stuff like that, and had all these Pokemon cards. And I guess this was one. This like the Rainbow Energy that she really liked because it was like nice and shiny and stuff, right? But she didn't want it for me. For some reason, she's like, once they left or whatever, she's all like, "Oh, here, like I stole." I was like, cool, yeah, holographic, dude, it's dope and stuff like that. That's dope. And then as soon as we go inside, she's like, "I feel bad, I stole it." Just so bad, So I mean, there's instances like that. There's just like when you have a chance, yeah. But I think there's too much balls for a little kid. For he's like, "No, let me go back. Let me go back to the store. Oh, he's right here. Okay," and then he comes back. And
that's what I think too.
Takes it out of the counter.
That's what I thought too. I think that one's too risky. Like especially for that kid like that. He's like, oh, he's helping someone else. He runs over, takes it out. Like this is on the counter too.
Like mom or dad beat you for that. Like
so
never got caught.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's your answer here?
Lock it in, man.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I'm gonna lock it in.
Peeing on the Gigapet.
No, I said that one's not real. Unless he peed a bucket, that one's not real.
Well, does he have? Do you guys know if he's a bedwetter when he was younger?
He said he was a bedwetter when he was younger.
I was,
Crybaby.
unfortunately.
Crybaby.
Nobody loves me.
Okay, so the two that you guys picked real good ones. So I think I'm gonna go with the quarter one.
All right.
The quarter one, just because I know how it could get when you go to Mexico, and then like you're speaking some sort of Spanish, but they're speaking just straight native, and you're like, wait, you just called the rag what? You know, that I think that's very possible. Okay, so I'm gonna lock it in with the quarter.
All right.
You want to give Bilma a chance?
Yeah.
She looks really involved.
Bilma.
What do you think, Bilma?
Bilma is my girlfriend. Bilma. She'll give us. She might get a.
Because I see her over there. She's like.
What's it? What's she think? Just quick one. What do you think?
She got Cheez-Its, man.
She's choking on Cheez-Its for some reason.
She's like...
It's hard to say, but I kind of do agree with you with the quarter one. that actually seems very, very plausible to say. But what were the other ones? I forgot.
There was the pea gigapet.
The dog.
The dog.
They got run over.
Run over the dog.
His uncle stole the PlayStation while drunk.
While he was drunk. There was.
They stole the video game.
Stole the video game.
And Gigapet.
No, I already said.
Oh, my bad.
And then the Gigapet, yeah. So.
You already said that.
Yeah.
I already said Gigapet.
Yeah.
There's 5 only.
And quarter.
Quarter.
Oh,
Gigapet.
yeah.
Oh, she goes with the quarter one?
No, she already. No, she.
Well, I mean, I find the quarter one really, really, really obviously possible, but I also find the stealing the PlayStation one possible because, I mean, I kind of may have some experience with stealing from family because they're being assholes, and I'm just like, well, screw you too. So, you know, I'm just saying, but but that's like little kid status. I mean, as far as being drunk uncles, you know, it's kind of iffy, maybe. But yeah, I actually agree with the quarter one more than the others.
All right.
All
So,
right.
so 3/4.
3/4.
Wow. I'm the odd one out.
Sorry, but...
So there we go. We locked in our answers.
So how do you want me to eliminate these?
Okay,
You just want the answer?
No. I want you to eliminate them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know,
just pick the ones like that we didn't choose that are wrong or something.
Okay.
And yeah, go like that.
My dog did not die.
Thank God.
Yep.
I did not run over my dog.
Let's say, that one.
I would be a far different person if I saw my dog die before my eyes. Although, okay, my dog Rummy did die getting run over, but not while I saw him, and my parents had made me give him away.
Also,
So he did die, but
Okay.
but at that point,
See,
like I had gone back to Mexico like a year later, and they were like, "Oh, he got run over," and I was like, "Aw."
See, for me, which was that you threw him away. Like, I don't see a 7-year-old kid going like, "I'm okay." Oh, you just gonna? What are you gonna do with the mom? Dad? We're just gonna put him in the trash. Like,
That's a good point.
like I see the 7-year-old. I see little Pedro being like if he's in tears over this dog, I'm sure his parents are like, well, we'll bury the dog. Or do something.
Mr. Only child.
Yeah.
Yo, you would have gotten a lot more sympathy.
We're not just gonna throw it in the trash. That's a good. Cause I go on. Okay, next one.
Next one. I did not steal Beauty and the Beast
Yeah.
at the
There we
grocery
go.
store, but
But
that's a modified lie because that was the first time I ever stole something when I went to go. My dad went to actually rent me Beauty and the Beast on the Super Nintendo. He had already rented it for me. And I was holding it, and I was walking around the Smiths. And at this point, they used to have these little like candy trays that were kind of like a big triangle sort of thing. It was like 3 different circles with a bunch of candies, and it was like Winco. You could put candy in the bag, and you paid by the pound. And I stole a bunch of Snickers, and I put them in my pocket. And I don't know why, but when we got to the car, I took one out and started eating it. And my dad was like, "Where did you get those?" And I was like, "I took them." And he's like, "You took them?" And he made me go march back in there and apologize and put them back. And even though he had already rented the game, he didn't let me play it.
Yeah, good dad.
No, yeah, good dad. But that, yeah.
there you go.
That's a modified lie.
All right.
Okay.
My uncle did not steal a PS1.
Is that a modified lie too?
Contrary to what you may hear, he doesn't drink that much. But there is also some truth to that, unfortunately.
Ooh.
My father, was the one who was so drunk, he picked up a cat by the tail, threw him up against the wall, and killed it.
Oh.
And
Can't see now. Every time I go to your house, I won't look at him the same.
And he was my dad. is hardly a social drinker, and I don't know why this particular time he got wasted. He got wasted, and this was like a big family argument for the longest, because he like, obviously people never looked at him the same because he did it. And it took a lot of years of apologizing until he was cool with this with my aunt Yolanda.
Now the cat that he killed, was it like a family cat or just some stray cat?
No, it was her cat that she had just bought.
Oh,
like
dang.
recently. It was still pretty small. It wasn't a kitten, but it was like young. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Up next, and then
cat killer. Yeah, like your dad when you Yoshino. Cat killer.
Oh no! If you bring it up, you'd probably be sad.
No,
probably be sad.
I love your dad. He's cool. Okay, continue. We got two left.
Yeah.
Two left.
Two left.
The P and the quarter.
And the real one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm embarrassed to say I pissed all over my gigabit.
No!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wrong again.
I wet the bed like a motherfucker. woke up. I saw my little gigabit fading, going into the light. It smelled terrible.
Damn, we were wrong again.
And I threw it away. And you guys will never win a poison mushroom.
That's incredible.
I am ultimate at this game.
That's incredible.
Oh my god, man.
And the Simpsons arcade one, that was actually the one that was completely made up. Really? The only shred of truth was that I went to the arcade and played Simpsons arcade. There was no other truth to that.
That don't seem far-fetched.
Oh man, you just stop pissing gallons on your bed, man.
Dang. You know, and that was actually my first guess too. Was that one?
Should have gone with it, man.
Should have. But then but George persuaded me. He's like,
it's true, man. It's like, how you gonna piss a whole gallon?
Which actually got me away from that. Was I was thinking, I was like, how the hell does he get his dick?
So you're thinking of dick logistics.
If it's in your pocket, like.
Let's just say I was well endowed, even as a young kid.
Jeez. I guess unless it just sat there and soaked in the puddle on your, I don't know. So.
Yeah. Nah, I try not to think about it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the first time I've ever said that anywhere.
Yeah.
Nobody knows this.
Gotta get scoop right
Nobody
there,
knows this. I've never even told my best friends this.
Now you did.
Now I'm old enough that I don't really give a shit anymore. And that's gonna do it for this very
well
piss-stained episode.
God, what a great episode
of Speak Geek, guys.
Yeah, so like usual, follow us on our Twitter at Dead Format Reviews, right? No,
Dead Format R.
Dead Format R is our Twitter. There you go. Follow us there. Ask us questions. Tell us how we're doing. Whatever you want. We don't really care. We love hearing from you guys.
We do.
And then follow us, like us on Facebook at just Dead Format Reviews, all one word. Same thing. Like us there. Follow us. Subscribe. Post, send us stuff, questions, whatever you guys want to say.
And starting by the time you listen to this episode,
yes,
you can download this from SoundCloud.
Yes, we'll have our audio file up so you guys can listen to it there, not just on the YouTube channel. And email us if you would like to email us at deadformatreviews@gmail.com to just same thing, ask us questions, tell us how we're doing, feedback, whatever you would like to let us know, because we love it all. We love all our friends that are listening, all of the guys that are getting there. Our numbers are getting up, I hope.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's about it, guys.
Do it, guys. Any last words, George?
Man, little baby, I went in your bed.
Shit, I
gotta say.
We'll get one eventually.
You'll get one. You'll get one. Well, that's gonna do it for Speak Geek this week, guys. I'm Pedro.
I'm George.
I'm Travis.
Get out there and speak some geek.